Hi, Reggie here speaking about healing America's narratives. Today I'd like to speak to you about an important question with a little bit of my tongue in my cheek, for you to consider whether are an innie or an outie in our ongoing discussions about what it takes to heal America's narratives and to own and integrate our collective national shadow. One way to look at this is that there are those Americans, both historically and currently, who would like to increasingly include all American citizens in the freedoms and alleged equalities that this nation offers. And there are those who traditionally have worked hard to keep certain groups out from that. So those are the innies, maybe we can call them the in-laws, okay? And the outies, maybe those are the outlaws. So yeah, I'm playing with language, but the issue that we're really facing here is not particularly funny. So historically, there were groups of what I would refer to as innies who were in favor of the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, and 19th Amendments. Okay, the outies historically, with regard to those amendments, opposed the provisions of each of those amendments, which meant they opposed, first of all, freeing the slaves, ending slavery, 13th Amendment. They opposed equal protection of the laws in the 14th Amendment. They opposed allowing formerly enslaved males to vote. I mean, that was the 15th Amendment. And they opposed allowing women to vote in the 19th Amendment. So again, we have these groups of innies and these groups of outies. And so we could joke that what we're really speaking about here is naval warfare. That's with naval being spelled with an E, not with an A in the second syllable. Often the innies are kind of connected with liberals, and critics of the liberals call them Northeastern elites because they either live in the Northeast or they got their educations from major educational institutions in the Northeast, which are considered liberal. Even though many people who are considered innies live all across the country and were educated other places, from community colleges to small state universities, the larger state universities, to the University of California at Berkeley, to Stanford University, University of Chicago, many others, in Texas and Louisiana, in states that would be considered more conservative. Many of the innies live there. And many of the outies, people who have traditionally been considered outies or more exclusive, wanting to keep people out, actually did get their educations from places like Harvard and Yale and Princeton. Both George Herbert Walker Bush and George Walker Bush graduated from Yale. Ted Cruz, Donald Rumsfeld, Josh Hawley are all Ivy League graduates. So sweeping generalizations never tend to really work out too well for those who generalize. One of the most prevalent outies in the country today, what I like to refer to as a capital O outie, is the current governor of the state of Florida, who has said he would like to make the United States more like Florida. So he's running for president. That's Ron DeSantis. In our next episode, we'll get into some of the nuts and bolts of what might happen where the United States of America become more like Florida currently is in this third decade of the 21st century. So thanks for tuning in. I will see you the next time.